What's popping up, guys? We got the brand new Gordon Ramsay archetype. So yes, there's going to be a brand new cooking archetype, and I'm not even kidding. There is actually support for a boy, Hungry Burger. So if you're excited about some OG stuff, drop a like on this video because Hungry Burger has always been a meme. But let's check out this brand new cooking Gordon Ramsay chef archetype. So let's get started with the first card. So just as a heads up, these are all coming out in Deck Build Pack Wild Survivors, which is set to release for the OCG in March, so maybe not even till like summertime is when we'll get this in the TCG, but we're here for the effects, so let's go ahead and check them out. So starting right off, this is the whole, I guess, archetype getting dropped right now. So first one is Dueling Nouvellez. Sorry, these names are probably like French, right? They're all cooking. So here's it. Looks like a level one ritual that is Dark Beast Warrior. 400 attack, 1850 defense. It says you can ritual summon this card with any recipe card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is, if this card is special summon, you get to activate the top 5 cards of your deck. And if you do, you can add one activated Nouvellez card from your to your hand. Also shuffle the rest back into the deck. Second part of the effect is, when a card or effect is activated that targets this card, or when this card is targeted for an attack, as a quick effect, you can tribute this card and one other attack position monster on the field. If you do, special summon one level 2 or 3 Nouvellez ritual monster from your hand or decks. Being able to special summon a ritual monster from the deck is definitely something a little bit new, so that could be pretty dang good, depending on obviously what you can get as target. Almost reminds me kind of like, what is it, Decoy Dragon. Next up though, we have Confritas de Nouvellez. So this is a level 2 Dark Warrior ritual effect monster, 800 attack, 1850 defense points, and here is the artwork on this little guy. And it says you can ritual summon this card with any recipe card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part of the effect is, if this card is special summon, you get to target one spell/trap on the field and destroy it. The second part is, when a card or effect is activated that targets this card, or when this card is targeted for an attack, quick effect, you can tribute both this card and one other attack monster on the field, and if you do, special one level 3 or 4 Nouvellez ritual monster from your hand or deck. So this one, you can just keep on going into higher and higher. Is that kind of how it works? Very interesting effects. Okay, so what's the next one? So this is a level 3. So they're all kind of going in a step of a recipe, I think is what this is all about. So next up, we have P.O de Nouvellez, which is a level 3 Dark Warrior, Beast Warrior ritual effect monster with 1200 attack, 1850 defense points. And it says that you can ritual summon this card with any recipe card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part is, if this card is special summon, you get to draw one card. Okay. Second part is, when a card or effect is activated that targets a monster or monsters on the field, or when a monster is targeted for an attack, as a quick effect, you contribute both one Nouvellez monster you control and one attack monster on either field. Wow, that's did the rest say either field? I think it just said on the field. You contribute and one that on. Wait, are they all on the either field? Wait, hold on. This is actually busted. So you can tribute your opponent's thing and this card. Dude, this archetype actually might be pretty busted. So whenever they attack, you just tribute it, and then you go to a stronger monster, and all the other ones tribute. So your opponent is basically not going to be able to attack. They have to get rid of these cards before that, or if they're targeted for like maybe even an effect, maybe you can tribute them, because the first one say that that targets this card. Yes. So then if they target the card, you just activate the effect and you just tribute. This is the Gordon Ramsay archetype. I thought it was going to be memes. It's actually pretty insane. But nonetheless, this one's supposed to summon a 4 or 5 Nouvellez ritual monster from your hand or deck. Okay, it seems in theory pretty busted, right? Because if they target it, you just tribute their card, and then your card's off the board. Next up, though, we have Foy Glacia de Nouvellez. So it's a level 4 Dark Warrior ritual effect monster. Here's the artwork: 1600 attack, 1850 defense points, and it says you can ritual summon this card with any recipe card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. The first part is, if this card is special summon, you can target up to 3 cards in any graveyard and shuffle them into the deck. The second part is, when a card or effect is activated that targets a monster or monsters on the field, or when a monster is targeted for an attack, as a quick effect, contribute one both Nouvellez monster you control and one attack monster on either field. And if you do, special summon one level 5 or 6 Nouvellez ritual monster from your hand or deck. So they're all just going to stronger and stronger ones. So next up, we have Balmy Unary de Nouvellez over here. So here's the artwork. It's got 2000 attack, 1850 defense points. Ritual summon it using the recipe. If it's special summon, you get to add one Nouvellez or recipe card from your deck, and then that's just if it's special summon. And because you can go through all of them, not only do all of them have the tribute your opponent's attack position monster, but then on top of that, you get to go for another card and then dodge it, and then basically get a free bonus. So this one lets you search out the recipe. And then the second part is you can target one of your opponent's attack position monsters, tribute it, and if you do special one level 6 Nouvellez ritual monster from your hand or deck. It's a quick effect if this card was special summoned by a Nouvellez monster's effect. So this one, you don't even have to be targeted for an attack. You just straight up distribute it. Okay, and that's a quick effect, as long as it's special summoned by that effect. All right, pretty good stuff. Next up, we have the Bay Griller Nouvellez, which is Dark Warrior Ritual Effect, level 6, 2400 attack, and 1850 defense points. It says you can ritual summon it with any recipe card. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So, first part is, if this card is special summon, you get to negate the effects of as many face-up cards your opponent controls as possible until the end of this turn. So this one negates everything. Okay, that's pretty good. And it's only your opponents. That's pretty good. And then if it was special summoned by a Nouvellez monster effect, you can tribute all monsters. What the heck did they do? They actually made it pretty busted. So you can use Stepping Stone into anything, then negate everything, and then also tribute all of their monsters for no effect. It doesn't even give your opponent like anything in return. That's pretty insane. But the quick effect is you can target one of your opponent's attack monsters, tribute it, and then special summon a Hungry Burger. Wait, it's actually meant for a Hungry Burger. I should have said a hand deck or graveyard, because then, like, why'd they make it Hungry Burger? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so we're not done yet. They got their field spell. Let's check out their field spell. So here is the field spell. It's called Nouvellez Auberge a Table. Okay, so you can activate one card with this card's name per turn. First part is when this card resolves, add a recipe card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Second part is once per turn, you get to place a ritual monster from your hand on the bottom of the deck and draw a card. Pretty good stuff. So it already searches out one card and it has the ability to recycle. Then the third part is during your end phase, you can target 2 cards in your graveyard, including at least one recipe card, place them on the bottom of the deck in any order, and draw a card. What the heck is this? You get already a draw card on this, but you can only activate 1 card with the card's name per turn. Okay, I mean all these effects are good though. I mean it's not bad so far. Next up we have the recipe potion fish recipe. It's probably like French, right? I don't know. Someone's gonna probably say you're pronouncing it wrong, but yeah, I'm sorry, man. I don't know. These are probably French names. They'll probably change it in the TCG when they come out anyways. But it's used to ritual summon any Nouvellez ritual monster. It says ritual summon 1 Nouvellez ritual monster from your hand by shooting monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. Then, if you ritual summon a Nouvellez Bueller Abasi with this effect, you to add a ritual recipe or add 1 recipe ritual spell from your deck or graveyard to your hand except for itself. Okay, so that's a pretty decent effect. Next up, we have the meat recipe. Okay, so this is the card over here, another ritual, and it says this card may be used to ritual summon any Nouvellez ritual monster. It says ritual summon 1 Nouvellez ritual monster from your hand by shooting monsters from your hand or field whose total levels or exceed the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. Then if you ritual summon Confritas de Nouvellez with this effect, you can change all opponent's defense position monsters to face up attack position. Okay. I mean, most likely people are going to summon an attack, and basically all linked monsters have to be in attack position anyways. So next up we have the support for the continuous trap card that says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. First part is target a ritual monster you control, special 1 Nouvellez token, Feeding Dark, level 1, 50 attack, 50 defense, and if you do, its level becomes that monster's. Second part is you can send this face-up card from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard to ritual summon 1 Nouvellez ritual monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels exactly equal the level of the ritual monster ritual summon. Okay, not too bad. Next up we have the Recetti di Specialite, Chef's Specialty Recipe. So it's a counter trap card that says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is when a spell / trap or monster effect is activated and you control a Nouvellez ritual monster, negate the activation. Then if you control a monster special by a Nouvellez monster's effect, you can destroy that card. Okay, so it's just like an Omni negate. And then the second part is if you special summon a Hungry Burger, you can banish this card from your graveyard to tribute all monsters your opponent controls. Wow, so you get to summon a Hungry Burger and then your opponent like basically gets Regeki'd. That's pretty cool. It's tribute too, so it's usually going to be in your benefit. And then there's the reprinting a Hungry Burger for this. That's classic, man. And the burger recipe and just as hamburger. Okay, that was actually a surprise. I didn't actually expect the Archetype to be that good because again, because you contribute it when they target the card or if they're trying to attack it. I think the Archetype surprisingly is pretty good. The Chef Gordon Ramsay deck is looking pretty spicy. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed it, drop a like on it. If you're new here, make sure you guys subscribe with the bell notification on so when I drop you guys some gameplay, you'll be able to decide if it's actually that good or if it's just me overhyping it. I think it's going to be solid though. But anyways, catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one, and I'm signing out. Peace.